Back for day number 19, and today we took one winning trade. So initially there was news at around 1:30 p.m. and we rallied up. I've waited for the first 15 minutes of the session because I didn't want to get involved in this craziness. I also, by coincidence, was a little bit late, so I only started trading at around 3 p.m. But still, there's a setup that would have been presented on the 5 minute chart, which is this one right here. But this would have been at around New York opening, so I would not taking. And you can see here that we have a break of a previous high. This becomes a breaker block. I would have put my stop down here and target probably here or the 50% of this 1 hour fair value gap. From here to here, this is a gap. So yeah, I didn't take that trade. Session was opening, so I decided to be patient and wait. So we rally up, we get this push down. We have this small breaking structure on the 1 minute, but the 5 minute was still bullish. This was a 5 minute fair value gap, which you can see that it held. And this was a 15-minute fair value gap that barely got touched. Then I see this push higher, and I see us basically just ignoring this fair value gap, just disrespecting it, and we respecting this one. So that's my first indication that we might move bullish. Then there's this fair value gap here that kept getting respected. So as I see these candles forming, I'm thinking I'm gonna enter on an impulse candle up that breaks previous structure. You can see that it just barely broke. And I'm gonna put my entry at this breaker block or whatever you want to call it. And I'm gonna put my TP below the lows. Then we touched the order block. We ended up chopping around for a little bit, and as time and price was developing, I see this 15-minute order block created, and we were on a new 15-minute candle. So I was keeping in mind that once we closed here, price could very well come here and maybe even here, and then bounce up to this level. So with that in mind, once we closed above, I moved the stops to here just so it would be below that candle body, and price could just come here, sweep these lows, and then bounce back up. I wouldn't like it to do that, to be honest, but it did it anyways. But I just kept the stop there just to be safe and not to rush anything. Then we have this move up right here, and I can see that we're sweeping, just sweeping this liquidity, and I start to think maybe we could just sweep this liquidity and then go lower. So at this point, I moved my stop to entry around this area right here, and you got this new 5-minute candle forming and the new 15-minute candle forming. So I was expecting a little bit of volatility either way, just to set the lower wick and then the upper wick and then the body. You can see that we have this push up and then we have this push back down. And as soon as I see this candle, I said, okay, I'm gonna wait for the next candle, and I want to see it at least engulf it to confirm that we're bullish. Else I'm just gonna exit earlier because I've just seen this too many times where we sweep these previous high, then we go back, range for a little bit, hunts my stops, and then go higher again. So we get this candle, we get this push up right here, and then we get this push on this candle as well. Again, this is now a new 5-minute candle. So once this formed, I was keeping in mind that price could again start chopping around before hitting the target on the 5 minute, because it had to set again the lower wick and then the upper wick. So I've ended up exiting on basically the top of this candle for $474 profit. The difference is about $30-40. So I had my TP just slight below this and 5 contracts. Yeah, it's about 40 something dollars, $50. So I said I'm not gonna be greedy just because of $50. I'm just gonna take the order here and be done with my day because my targets are now hit for the day. So that's it. Day number 19 plus 3R, which is very good. The account goes back to break even and a little bit of profit. Just goes to show the beauty of risk management, because I kept losing basically this whole week, and then I won one trade yesterday, which was very low risk, but I still won it. And today, full risk, and I just ended up with the account back at break even. So that's it. Day number 19 is done. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you back tomorrow.